and with the spur of Undertale.
Undertale?
Editor Crancius is here.
It's great that you can play this game and
Fight an army of
Furry.
robot spawned Mr. I do what I want because there is no other choice. The better timeline.
This is bad. Like, unusually bad. Like, Marvel vs. Capcom series accidentally paused the game. The start button on the controller. It's the fucking right 3 stick. I can stab the person. Playtest that.
And it interrupts the ready, set, go thing. The match just starts as soon as I unpause it. So it's interrupting frame, and I don't know why. Demons are for fuck. Again, the better timeline.
I'm playing with kids right now.
Which is okay, because...
I just beat some kids.
Oops. All politicians. I mean actors. I mean Epstein. I mean all...
I'm watching you right now, Mr. Mario von Rickenbach.
Fucking dummy is what he is. Stupid.
You piece of shit.
Hey, when does that cafe open up? Because that, like, pie looked really good.
It's finally happening. I'm finally doing Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, I could have gotten into a hobby like stamp collecting or watching birds, but, you know, I liked video games, so I decided to do video games, and, you know, I thought it was funny to talk about video games. And now I'm talking about Five Nights at Freddy. The Streamline of Horror. Now, I'm not going to blame FNAF for the gradual decline of horror that's been happening for a while. Horror is no longer about fear of the unknown and the general exploitation of inevitability. What made Doki Doki Literature Club so good was the exploitation of new ways to terrify people in already known, but not refined. God disproving the existence of God sticks with me still. Jump scares, though admittedly effective, leave one less with fear and more with frustration. I will never forgive Scott Cawthorn. More like Scott Cawthorn in my ass. Just let that simmer. Just let that simmer. It's ready. Looking back, there was only one game that I ever looked forward to in Scott's gamography. FNAF World, a dead and cancelled project. Scott's oldest game on Steam, A Desolate Hope, could have been the defining moment in what would have eventually been called WRPG, or Western Roleplay genre. Unfortunately, because Scott has given up on his own creativity, choosing to instead appease the fan of a single series and genre, I find myself all the more bitter. And the person who will most likely become known as the starting point of a genre will go down to Toby Fox. Now, let's talk about the toxicity in the fanbase. This is your fault. Those who like this game and fawned over this glorified horror visual novel. I saw this game and fell in love immediately due to Scott's love for the semi-3D graphics, and I remember first from the original Donkey Kong Country. I spent a lot of time watching YouTube content creators play this game till I was sick of it. And worst of all, what did the fans come up with? Nothing. Other games may have fans that design and create amazing original fan pieces, even pieces that take on aspects of the original. This fan base has made nothing original, just the same copy and pasted thing. I feel like the creepypasta fan base divulged on this game too quickly with their ravenous, uncreative hands. Unfortunately, the bubble wrap they used to protect themselves also had glue, thus copy-paste. The game itself, well, the good, semi-3D look is nostalgic, and the atmospheric sounds are well made, and this story's decently rich. It's interesting. You can watch entire videos about it. The bad. The game can't be paused to change settings. The game is clunky and annoying, and most people have to buy the game to play it. And it's not worth it. This game's bad. Sure, I like the story, but I can't lower the volume, which means streaming is nearly impossible. If I press escape to pause the game to do something, it hours at that, and look at me. I had to restart a couple times because my brain is so set up for pressing the escape button to pause a computer game that I didn't think about it the first 3 or 4 times I did it. The game doesn't even feel smooth enough. I may have no ability to fight back, but even games like Fear or Dark Souls could give me more moments of horror. Also, speaking of Dark Souls, why does everyone feel the incessant need to hide the lore in like 9 layers of hell, hidden to find what the fuck's going on? TLDR, the only good thing about this game is the mountains of chica porn, and I'm not even a furry. Don't get this game, or get it. I don't care, neither should you.